What's up, everybody? Rich here from Sword and Shield. Hey, today we are talking about property, stuff, things, and why do we care so much about protecting it? And I've seen a lot of videos of people, homeowners, security, employees who are putting their lives at risk for stuff. One particular video I watched over the weekend involved a older man that showed up at a church on a Saturday. Apparently, he had some dementia and assumed it was Sunday. He worked on the tech team, showed up early in the morning, and unfortunately encountered a homeless man with some severe mental issues. Now, that homeless man was trying to break into the church through the front doors. And the old man decided, instead of just getting back in his car, calling the police and leaving, decided to get his phone out and try and stand in between this homeless man and the front doors of this church. Now, eventually, a fight broke out between these two, and thankfully, there was a good Samaritan that was driving by, noticed the situation, sped through the parking lot. He was a concealed carry holder. He got out, drew his weapon, and ordered, the homeless man to get on the ground, gave him some commands. Fortunately, this homeless man decided to try and attack this guy, and he got shot. Now, I think most of you know that deadly force is not justified for defending property, right? Except for I think in cases of arson, there might be an exception. You are allowed to use reasonable and appropriate force to uh, prevent theft or criminal mischief type of things in those scenarios. But we really have to measure the risk. Is it really worth it? If you're walking out of Home Depot and you notice someone rolling a shopping cart out the front doors with loss prevention, close behind them, so that's something you really want to get involved with. If you are, walking through a parking lot and you notice some kids rummaging through a vehicle and, you try to go say something to them and they take off or they approach you, is it worth whatever they're taking? Um, I don't think we can get too emotionally tied up in stuff, especially in our places of worship. If I'm on security and someone walks in and they decide they're going to take a plant or some kind of property, as long as they're not harming me or somebody else, I'm probably going to let them go. Maybe try to take a picture, definitely call the police and make sure we report that. But it's really not worth getting involved for stuff. I think the shooting was 100% preventable if that old man would have just, again, walked away, got in his car, and then called the police. Question for you, for comments below. Have you ever intervened in a theft? What was the situation and what was the outcome? Lastly, if you gave me some business mentor recommendations last week, I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to be reaching out to all those people this week to see if it's a good fit, find out, if there's something there. So again, appreciate it. Thanks for supporting me and supporting the channel. Well, that's it for today. Appreciate your time. Remain safe, remain vigilant, and we will see you next week.